Good afternoon, YouTube, and happy Thanksgiving. Today, I am at Taylorsville MetroPark. I'm in the western part of the park today. I'm going to walk a slightly different route than what you're used to seeing in the other videos to show something different. This is a shorter walk here. It's a pretty nice park. I've normally go to the east part of the park right here. It's pretty quiet today. It's Thanksgiving Day, and it's around about 32 or 35 degrees, so overall it's perfect conditions, you know, for a hike. I decided I was going to do a shorter route today, but it doesn't really matter. Show a different part of this park. This part of the park is off of US 40 and Brown School Road right here. So I figured I'd show this instead today. Show something a little bit different. It's a very nice park, very peaceful place. Here's the area that I'm in right now at the park. It's pretty quiet here today. Obviously, people are with their families. I'm gonna be with mine here. Excuse me there. I'm going to be with mine in a little bit, but thought I'd get some walks, get a little walk with nature today. I'm thankful for this park right here and the trails. Yeah, here's a trail. I haven't really hiked this, so I'm going to see where this one goes in the park here. Goes down a little bit of a hill, but this part of the park for the most part is fairly flat right here. One thing at this time of year, you know, with the leaf cover being down, you could see a lot farther in the woods than what you can at other times of the year when the foliage is up, obviously. And so it's a pretty nice day outside. I haven't really hiked this trail yet, so this is a different route for me than what I'm used to using, but it's not bad. The East Park, which is where I normally hike at, it's much better for hiking, but I've showed that numerous times, and plus I decided I'm going to do a shorter hike today. The one in the East Park's only about 5 miles, so it's not that long really, but here's one of the little things right here. I believe I'm on the blue or the white. Trail right here, but whatever it is, I really don't care. I'm just having a peaceful and quiet walk with nature. It's a gorgeous day outside on this beautiful Thanksgiving. It's overcast today, but that really doesn't, you know, matter. There's one trail that says up here, trail closed area, rest in this. This can often be from things like deer damage and where the deer might over browse the area and it needs to recover. I'm not exactly an expert on that, but in the past the parks have had issues with deer over browsing. I probably will not see any out today because it's around 1 o'clock, but you never know. If I was here later on in the day, I probably would see some, but it's kind of late in the day to really see any deer. But it still is the rut. It's been colder the last couple weeks, so there still might be a possibility of seeing some. So definitely will not rule out the possibility, but I do not look for it today. Another trail that goes further down, but I'm going to continue on with this path right here. Yeah, this trail says area resting right here, so another possible sign of where there was some, you know, deer damage at over the years. Right up here where you're looking at, oh well, I'll get a video of that in a little bit up close, but on the other side there's where the sledding hill, that's where people often go to do sledding at the park when there's snow on the ground. There's not snow on the ground today. We had a little bit last week, 2 or 3 inches, but I really don't know if it really would have been enough for sledding though. Different trail right there, but I'll stay on this one. I may explore that one in a little bit here. Yeah, wind's blowing a little bit, but it's not too hard today. I'll say about 10 to 15 miles an hour. It's not that bad today. Yeah, this part of the park is in Vandalia. Actually, there's the trail that leads up to the sledding hill, but I'm not going to go up that right now. This is just simply the most beautiful time of the year to be out and enjoying nature, whether it's hiking or hunting or whatever. It's obviously deer season, you know, hunting still. You know, the controlled bow hunting program is going on, and I believe as well as they do the deer gun season, the controlled muzzle loader season right here, I believe as well. Trail's in pretty good shape. It rained over 4 or 5 days ago over the weekend, but I think it's dried out pretty good in here. And just follow the trail and see where it goes. I believe this is a unmarked trail right here. Actually, you do have a couple little hills here going down a slight one, so this obviously has a little bit more roll than I previously thought right here. Doesn't really say on the board, you know, where you're at here, but I got a good idea. So it's going into a little meadow type of habitat. There's what I just came down. So you have a little bit of a meadow, prairie kind of area, that sort of thing. yeah, you really get some good views of the park, you know, when the foliage is down, and when it starts to get colder too, you have less bugs and less plant allergens or allergies in the air, so it's pretty nice. I enjoy hiking all seasons, obviously, so glad I'm doing this route today, because this is the first time that I've showed this particular part of the park. The park is broken down into 4 sections. The East Park, the West Park, which is the park that I'm in right now, the West Park. You got the South Park, which is on the other side there, and then the North Park. And the reason why that is broken down is because you have is because of US 40 that cuts through the park on the other side. Oh, there's the railroad tracks. That's the Dayton to Cincinnati, Detroit. That's the Cincinnati to Detroit Railroad, those tracks right there. I have not heard it yet today, but you often hear it in this park because that train goes through quite often. Since it's Thanksgiving, I don't know when I'll hear a train today, or if I'll hear one today or not. Hopefully some of the, you know, engineers and locomotive people are at home, but unfortunately trains always have to run, so, and you'll probably get a really good, very good sound of it if it does actually pass by today. Yeah, continuing in this meadow and prairie open type of field right here, and I'm coming up on an area where they actually have a deer fence that they use to check the progress of plant life that the deer can access versus what they can't access. I'm going to probably show that on the next video, then end the video there once I'm along that fence line to show that particular area. You have these ugly power lines right here, but I guess people got that power, but it kind of slices north to south. I'm walking south on the trail right now, so this might be some of the deer fence right here, but I'm not positive. Yeah, I think it is, because this fence is pretty tall and it's kind of on the incline, so it might be a little bit harder for them to get a safe landing up and down there. That fence is a good 6 feet tall. But I'm going to let this one run for a little bit, but parts of this fence, I don't know how foolproof or deer proof it actually is, because they have a couple others in some of their parks. They have one here, this one at this park. They got one at Cox Arboretum. They've got one up in Englewood, which I showed that area in other videos. Yeah, parts of this fence I think they could still get through, but I'm not totally for sure. It would seem like it would be taller to keep them out, but maybe the trees keep them away and don't give them a safe landing spot. But you never know, though. This is just a big wide open meadow and obviously you could tell this trail is used by park vehicles to get things like down trees out of here, because it's clearly wide enough to get down trees out of here, no problem being able to access this, which is probably why this trail is grass instead of all dirt, because it helps the park people be able to get access to this area to remove things like down trees and that sort of thing. Yeah, this path is pretty dead straight, you know, south into the park. Not sure how many videos I'm going to do from here today. I'm just kind of letting this one run for a while. I'll probably upload it probably tomorrow. I know I'm not going to get a chance to upload this today. I do know that much. Because the videos are just simply too long to try and upload them from at the house. I'm almost 17 minutes into this video right now, but I really don't care. Yeah, the deer fence was back there. It ended back there. As you can see, the fence line is not continuing through right here. That noise that you are hearing off in the background, that is Interstate 70, which is very close by here, that you are currently hearing. It's to the south that you are hearing. The bike path goes under that highway to the Great Miami River Recreational Trail, or bike path, whatever you want to call it. You can see there's a little bit of snow that's falling. It's not really hitting the ground or anything, but it makes for a nice festive holiday atmosphere though. Heard an animal there in the meadow, probably a squirrel or something, but yeah, there's the railroad track right there, which I'm pretty sure goes under the highway. Yeah, it would go under the highway. I'm just gonna let this one run for a little bit. Don't really care how long it runs for. Yeah, the snow, it's adding a little bit festive atmosphere, but it's not. See, there's nobody in the parking lot down here, so it looks like I could possibly be the only one here, which I really don't care, so that's just fine with me either way. Bird flying above, I don't know what kind, but here's a volleyball area. It's not sand or anything, it's just grass right here. This is one of the reservable shelters on this side of the park. There's around, I think, 3 or 4 on this side of the park, I believe. get through there. A little swing set over here. Sorry about the finger getting in the way, but yeah, this little swing set right here. Yeah, you can hear the highway pretty good in the background right there. Yeah, here's, it's got a grill. This shelter is called Deer Trace. The Deer Trace shelter right here. Probably get about 25-30 cars into this little lot right here. There's two more reservable shelters right over here. One to the left, one to the right. I'll show those here. Obviously, probably not that many people use them for a cookout during the colder months, but you get what you need though. I mean, I don't think there's any more trails that lead that way, because obviously the interstate. Obviously nobody's here today. I think I might have seen one or two people by the sledding hill, but that's about it today. But there's not going to be enough snow on the ground to use that, because it's supposed to warm up again in a couple of days. Yeah, this shelter, I believe right here, is Possum Ridge. Yeah, Possum Ridge is what this one is called. Water fountain you're seeing above, they cut off the water fountains when it gets cold for obvious, you know, to protect the pipes and the damage. So if you come here, you got to bring your own water. I didn't bring any today because this is only just a short little walk right here. This is Raccoon Ridge. I'm gonna grab a little map to see where I'm gonna next take my steps to. Here's the park map right here, even though I got half a gazillion of these, but never hurts to have another one. You could download these park maps too at www.metroparks.org, so you have one available on your phone to use for just whenever. Yeah, you can see there's no other trails that lead over back to where I went, so I gotta follow the same path back, but I really don't care though. It's all good, you know. So yeah, there's the area that I'm at right now. Restrooms look like they're obviously closed for the season, possibly to protect the plumbing in there, but I figure since this part of the park is very little used at this time of year, they really don't feel the need to really keep it open, and I guess if you have to, you can always just take a leak or a dump or whatever you gotta do in the wood. So it's the wood, so what the heck. It's just folding up the park map right here. Like I said, I've got these, but just gonna I'm gonna let this one run as long as I can, and I'll start a new one. This pretty long video. I can go up to 33 minutes and 25 seconds per video on my cell phone, which is the Galaxy Note 2. It's a pretty nice phone. I've had it for a couple years. I could pretty well do almost all my videotaping with it, but I can't really do from any long distances. But most of the stuff I need to do, I can get it done with this phone. And I just upgraded my memory card on here to like I had a 16 gig card, and I upgraded to a 32 gig card, so I could get about 3 hours of recording. And I tell you, just to even use the whole memory card, which I think I've only did once, you have to really burn both of your cell phone battery. You have to really burn at least 2 cell phone batteries. I do have my spare battery with me today, but yeah, but it takes a while. There's the Deer Trace reservable shoulder guard, but it takes a while to burn through the cell phone. It takes a while to use that much memory. Really, you have to have really 2 full. You have to have really 2 full batteries for it to really come anywhere close to using that much battery. Here's a little volleyball court again, or makeshift. I don't know how much of one you would really call it, since there's no sand. Since there's no sand on it. It's kind of funny, this arrow's kind of pointing towards hiking trails that way, but I really didn't come up on any that way, so not exactly sure why it's pointing that way when it really should be pointing that way. Yeah, because you could see right here where the sign is at, there's no trails that go that way. Only this one trail that leads over to this one area. There's the railroad. There's the railroad track. Maybe if I catch the train going by, I might get a video of that for you guys, of the train passing through, but I have not heard it yet today. But I kind of expect to hear one anytime, because I've heard this train sometimes up to 5 to 6 times an hour. As I've already said, it's the CSX Cincinnati to Detroit Railroad. I'm not going to be at the park for that long today, so I don't know what exactly I'm going to all hear today. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of retracing some of the area where I just walked, but I'm gonna let this one run as long as I can let it run, which I got about 3.5 to 4 minutes left on this video before it goes kaput. Yeah, at 30 minutes right now on the video. I know probably most of you probably won't bother to watch a video this long, but I really don't care. I'm just filming, just enjoying my Thanksgiving day walk here. Off in the distance there, that's US 40. You can't really see it that well from here, but I could see the cars going over it. Yeah, when this long video, it normally clocks in over 4 gigabytes, which as long as you got a fast connection like at the library, you know, whether it's at Wright State or downtown, it uploads without any problem. But normally the Wright State library is much faster than the one downtown, but however, that library is not available to me, so I'll go to there or to a different library tomorrow to upload this in my other videos. I've only taken one other video today. That was the one at the Convention Center Feast of Giving. I wanted to show you guys what a wonderful tradition that is and how people still band together to help the downtrodden. Right here is the deer fence is coming into view. Okay, down here you can see a little bit of the snow flurries, but they're not hitting the ground. They're not hitting the ground today, so got about 2 minutes left on this, so gonna let this one run, then I'm gonna start another one here. See the snow blowing, but as I said, it's not hitting the ground, but it's blowing it's blowing in a kind of southeast direction right now. You can see kind of it's this way. I'm facing northwest right here, so you can see this where I'm pointing the camera. I'm facing northwest, so it's moving northwest to southeast, this little snow flurry right here. Yeah, you can hear the wind blowing through the trees here a little bit. There's a couple trees that have a little bit of leaves on it, but most of them have lost their leaves. Any ones that still are hanging on to their leaves are typically pretty water hungry trees, maybe your silver maples, that type of stuff. But anyway, YouTube, that's gonna be about it for this one, because this video is getting ready to cut out, so I'm gonna start another one.